Aprilia is doing amazing in MotoGP this year, and as a result of all this MotoGP success, I think they're capitalizing on it by building some brand new bikes. This new RS model is 457cc. It's a twin cylinder directly marketed towards the youth or someone who doesn't know how to ride a motorcycle. They want something beginner friendly, and yet they can take it to the track and have a lot of fun with it, like I did when I started in my 40s buying my RC390, which we will compare to and talk about as well in this video. This new motorcycle is going to be comparing to the likes of the CBR 500, the Ninja 400, and the RC390. The CBR 500 is about 47 horsepower, so is the Ninja 400, and then the RC390 is somewhere around 43 to 45 horsepower. But the sound of this motorcycle will be better than all of its competitors because it has a similar engine to the RS660. The front and the rear suspension on this brand new RS model can be adjusted as well, which is a fantastic option for new riders if they decide to take it to the track, which I hope they will. Brembo is supplying brakes for this new bike. These Brembo brakes are called Bibri, which is a cheaper version of their typical Brembo brakes that you see on like the higher end motorcycles. And last but not least, it has 3 different riding modes. Uncertain if this has an IMU yet, however, it will be just as comfortable as the Ninja 400 as well as the R3 because the handlebars are a little bit upright, but yet aggressive enough to take on the track. So all the other stuff we're going to be talking about while we're on the road. Let's take off. It's an exciting time to be a brand new motorcycle rider in the US and abroad. When I first started riding a motorcycle, I started with my KTM RC390. Awesome little peppy bike, man. I think at that time the RC390s had about 38 horsepower, but 47, that's a good chunk of extra horsepower. The wet weight on this new RS model is 387 pounds. It is a little bit heavier than the RC390 because the RC390 is anywhere between 350 to 360 pounds. So with this new RS you get a twin cylinder engine that comes with 47 horsepower from the factory. And I'm sure that there's going to be people playing around with the ECU as well as adding filters and all that other stuff. So definitely look to get over 50 horsepower from this small little bike. As far as the price is concerned, it's something that no one's really sure about at the moment because the bike has just been released. But considering that the RC390, which is its main competitor, is selling somewhere around 5,500, then you have the Ninja 400 and then the R3, similar price points. I think this will come around the same price point, but I think it might be a little bit more because it's made in Italy. You get an Italian tax. And then of course you get this absolutely incredible styling, full color TFT obviously. I'm not exactly sure if the APRC that Aprilia has will be included, but I highly doubt that. And one thing I'm absolutely not sure about is if this thing is going to have an IMU system. If it has an IMU system, it may or may not be necessary, but it will definitely compete with the RC390 because that is the only sub 400cc motorcycle that has an IMU system in the market, which is absolutely incredible. First of all, you don't even need an IMU in a small little displacement motorcycle like that because it doesn't weigh anything and it doesn't have that much power. But to give it an IMU system, it really tells you how much KTM is dedicated to producing a race-ready product for beginners as well as track enthusiasts who want a smaller displacement motorcycle. Now, if you're a fan of my channel, you know that I talk highly of the small displacement motorcycles. I've owned a few in the past myself, and I wish I still own one because they're a lot of fun on the track. They cost very little to maintain, and track day events are relatively cheap because you can go through 4 or 5 track day events with the same tire versus doing one track day event with a big bike and then you have to replace the tires, which is super expensive. And let's not forget brakes and fluids and all that other stuff that comes with it. But as far as the fun is concerned, it's no less fun than riding a bigger bike. I think the manufacturers are realizing that people just aren't riding sport bikes anymore, and it's primarily because they're so damn expensive. RS660 out the door, it's about $13,000. The new ZX6R, same thing. And then you have the new ZX4RR that just came out, which is only 400cc, slightly less than the new RS model from Aprilia, and yet costing around the same price as the other 2 motorcycles I just mentioned. And I think they're realizing that they need to make these things cheaper, but they're not watering them down. As an example for this new RS model, not only does it have a full TFT display with 3 different riding modes, but they're giving you the option of purchasing a quick up and down shifter. And considering that this is a twin-cylinder engine, similar to the RS 660, which I've tested and reviewed on my channel, the quick shifter was very smooth, and on this motorcycle, it's probably going to be very smooth as well. Since the inception of the ZX4RR in the States, my mouth has been watering over that bike because I'm looking for a small displacement motorcycle to take to the track. But having the new RS model come out, hopefully it's going to be somewhere around $5,000 to $7,000 out the door. This could definitely be my new bike for the track. And who knows, it might even be fun to take on the road as well. Regardless of the type of person you are, in 2023 you are absolutely spoiled for choice. There's just a lot of great bikes out there. When I learned how to ride a motorcycle 4 years ago, we had the RC390, which was a great bike at the time, but had its issues because it's a single cylinder and it would be in and out of the dealership constantly. And then you had the R3, which was a great beginner learner bike, but it was the heaviest of the sub 400 range and it lacked power, being somewhere around 32 horsepower. And then of course you had the Ninja 400, which was somewhere around 47 horsepower, but that bike was somewhere around 390 pounds. And so the reason why I chose the RC390 at that time was because it was somewhere around 340 pounds wet, and it had about 38 horsepower. So with its power to weight ratio, it was fantastic on the track, and it felt nimble as a housefly. But today, no matter who you are, regardless if you're an experienced rider or someone who's young and or inexperienced, you are spoiled for choice because you got the new RS coming out. And this bike is something that I wish I had when I was learning how to ride, because at the price point that they're considering offering it, and I'm just speculating at this point, hoping that it's anywhere between $5,000 and $6,000, it's an absolute bargain because 47 horsepower, 3 different riding modes, with the ability to add clutchless up and down shifting. It's super lightweight. Its styling is absolutely incredible, reminiscing the styling of the RSV4 as well as the RS 660. And then let's not forget, you also get amazing aerodynamics. And so this is one potent package for someone wanting to get on a really cool looking sport bike and not feel like they're riding something that they're not going to enjoy riding. It's really a great time to be a brand new motorcyclist or someone like myself who's got a lot of experience and just wants a track toy, not something that is intimidating to ride like an RSV4 with 240 horsepower and sound that's going to make you deaf and tires that cost $600 and then maintenance and all that other stuff that goes along with it. One thing that I haven't touched on, and I'm trying to avoid it, is the reliability factor. And Aprilia being Aprilia, the first 1 or 2 years are probably going to be its most unreliable years. Ask me how I know this. Because I bought mine in 2022, and mine was a second-year model. So they came out in 21, I bought the 22 model, and I haven't had a lot of good luck with it. And I'm hoping that they give us a reliable motorcycle. The last thing a brand new rider or a young guy wants to deal with is motorcycle issues. And what a way to get introduced to the hobby with motorcycle problems. But anyway, I'm looking forward to this new RS model. It's pretty exciting times for new or inexperienced riders, and for people like myself who just want a cool little motorcycle to zip around town and to take to the track. And so leave your comments down below, and until the next episode, I'll see you guys later. Peace.